Hello, it's your boy Ryan, and welcome back to the channel for another High School Musical Doodle What's It. Subscribe to me, I am poor. Now, I will say that I am in the process of trying to find more things to do with the channel, and I am waiting on a camera to come in so I can film outside away from the confines of this room. So that's what's happening. Videos are coming a bit slower. I'm also trying to work on other side projects as well. So my being pulled in 5,000 different directions by myself. So that's why that is the way that it is. In the last chapter, I think the only important thing that happened was that Gabriella had a dream that she was pregnant with Troy's twins, or she had Troy's twins. So there's that fact. And without further ado, I guess we'll go ahead and dive into chapter 4 of 7. There's 3 more chapters left. This one is called Facing Fears, which I think is a song by Utada. I'm assuming for Kingdom Hearts, I don't know. Now that I have lectured you for almost an hour, you may do anything you want to, Miss Anderson told the class. They ran off in their separate directions while Troy, Gabriella, Chad, and Taylor were trying to decide where to go first. I'm just saying, we should start off with something small, like the teacups, then work our way up to the big roller coasters like Space Mountain, Taylor said. I'm just saying, we should start off with something big, like Space Mountain, then work our way down with rides like those teacups, Troy said. That way we can cool down at the end of the day, Chad said. I sorta have to agree with Troy, Gabriella said. And Chad, she added quickly, so it wouldn't seem like she just agreed with Troy just because he was Troy. I guess I'm outnumbered, Taylor said. So which way is Space Mountain? Wow, Gabriella said. I didn't know Space Mountain is this big. Maybe we should start at the bottom and work our way up. Gabriella, it's nothing. Let me start off by saying this. I wrote this without having ever been to Disney World. The only thing at this point that I had seen of Space Mountain is what I see on the Disney Vacation Planning DVDs, if you are familiar with such things. So, if there are any factual inaccuracies, it's just because I didn't know any better. But I know better now, okay? Gabriella, it's nothing. Except for the fact that you can't see the tracks. They could break and you would never know. Until, of course, you fall to a painful death. Then I guess you'll know the tracks are broken. Well, not for long, considering you'd probably be dead. Well, you'd have to be dead, because Troy's voice trailed off. He saw the horrified yet shocked face of Gabriella. What's wrong? You said my name, she said, shocked. Then you went on about the tracks and the death and the blood. I was just kidding, but you really can't see the tracks, Troy said, smiling. Just hold my hand when we get on. You'll know I'm there. So that is physically impossible to do. Unless, you have your hands behind you like this. It's physically impossible. Okay, Gabriella said. They stood in line until it was their turn to get on. 4 more can go, the man said. Again, impossible to do, because there's only 3 seats to a rocket ship. So, Troy, I don't think go, he said. Gabriella turned around to get on the roller coaster. She sat down in the seat. When she sat down, she looked beside her to make sure Troy was sitting beside her. He wasn't, because it's 3 in a column. He held his hand out and she took it, I'm assuming again like this. All of a sudden, the ride started moving. She grabbed his hand harder. To be honest, in this situation, holding someone's hand like this would be more terrifying because you can't hold on to what's in front of you. So, Gabriella, you made this harder on yourself. That was a scary ride, Gabriella said to the gang as she got off. Taylor and Chad didn't hear anything because they were kissing up a storm, so only Troy heard it. I hope they were off of the ride while they were kissing. Otherwise, you're strapped in, and they're in a column, so I assume that if they were kissing on the ride, they would have to go like this, which isn't comfortable. And also, no, Chad would have to lean up to meet Taylor, so that was, again, impossible. Absolutely impossible. Ooh. Well, it couldn't have been that scary. I was there with you, Troy said. He's not Superman. He needs to calm his little bit baby confidence down. I'm getting kind of tired. I think we should go back to the room, Gabriella said. Okay, Troy agreed. After one ride, they literally started with Space Mountain, and then she was like, oh, I'm tired. Bye, Gabriella. You can go to the room. I'm gonna spend my day here. Okay, Troy agreed. Chad. Huh, what? He asked. We're going back to the room, Troy said. Chad felt it was the appropriate moment to stop kissing Taylor so they could make their way back to the hotel. Again, Gabriella, you can go to the room. Troy, you feel like you want to go to the room too? You will. But as for myself and Miss Taylor McKessie, we're staying in this park and making out in every little ride and queue line we can. Belle's Enchanted Tales, making out. I mean, Barnstormer, we're making out. Meeting Goofy, we are making out. The three of us. No, that's too. No, absolutely not. I'm going to bed, Gabriella said once they got to the room. What was I thinking? Chad's taking Taylor on a date, so it's just us, Troy said. So they left, all four of them left the park. They left Magic Kingdom to go back to the hotel. And then as soon as they get to the room, Chad and Taylor go on a date. They could have just stayed in the parks and got something from Casey's Corner or whatever it is with the corn dog bites. They could have just stayed there. Oh, Gabriella said. It was silent for a long time. There was nothing to say. Well, there actually was something to say, but they were both scared to bring it up. Troy gathered up the courage and said, Gabriella, we need to talk. About what? Gabriella asked. I probably already know, she thought. The dream. The dream. Maybe we need to take it into pieces and dissect it to find out the root of the dream. You know, try to figure out what it means, Troy said. Tell me exactly what happened. Now listen, this is 100% me, because even just a few nights ago, I had a little simple dream, very, very simple dream. Somebody was in my head for the past few weeks, and then I dreamed about them. And for some reason, when I dream about people, I feel like it's really important because, you know, dreams will happen when you're sleeping. It's your subconscious taking over. So I'm like, if I'm dreaming about this person subconsciously, then it has to mean something important. And it's not, which I had to talk myself down from. So this is like 100% me being dramatic in this little thing here. Talking about some dissecting dreams and getting to the root of it. That's nonsense in most cases. I was in the hospital with you by my side. The doctor counted to 10 and they said, it's out. Just one, not it's out. Just one more. Then he counted to 10 again and he said, you just delivered twin boys, Gabriella said. I see your problem. I do. We obviously did something in order for this dream to happen. But for this to happen, we had to have feelings for each other, Troy said. The fact that my 7th grade self would not say sex, I think it's admirable. We obviously did something. It was once again quiet. Well, Troy, I'd have to say that I may have developed feelings for you, Gabriella said. I think I developed feelings for you too, Troy told Gabriella. I just love how, like, professional they got at this point. I feel like I was watching Degrassi at this time as well. And maybe Degrassi influenced that, I don't know. They leaned in and started kissing. That's just a weird way of saying that. Taylor and Chad came in at that moment and tried to be as quiet as they could so they wouldn't interrupt what they were seeing. I had a good time tonight, Taylor whispered in Chad's ear. Me too, Chad whispered back. So my question here is, they went on a date. It had to have been 5 minutes. It must have been to this vending machine that was mentioned in the last chapter that was the root of their argument. So again, I just have so many questions just about the timing and the timeline of everything. The whole point of this story was that they were going to vacation in Disney World with the school and they only spent 5 minutes in the park. You know what? No. Let's say that they rope dropped Space Mountain. That would maybe be 15-20 minutes, okay? So they spent 20, which is really not, it's still stupid, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. So they spent 20 minutes in the park. Gabriella got sleepy, probably because it was morning time and she was just still waking up. They go back and she goes to bed. What's the timing? What's the pacing of the day? This is nonsense. This is just me writing out of the side of my neck. Well, listen, that's that. 3 chapters left, which would be fun. I hope so, because some of these parts I was like, come on, pick it up. There's something needs to happen, you know, Ryan, come through. But it's fine, and please ignore the factually inaccurate parts. Again, I didn't know what I was talking about. I was being stupid. It's fine. I know better now, and life is good. So, on that note, have a great day. Peace.